Remember that after importing pictures into Lightroom, the next step obviously is to review the pictures. And this is where the two previous tutorials that we covered about the toolbar and the filter bar come in handy, because the final purpose of Lightroom, is to, once the images are imported and nicely organized into the proper collections, we want to review our pictures. We want to flag the ones that are good, flag as reject the ones that are bad, give proper labels, ratings, and so forth. So basically, we need to review our pictures before selecting individual pictures, opening them in the develop module, and enhancing them. So after importing pictures, remember that you can look back at tutorials 5 and 6, where we covered the toolbar and the library filter, where we review pictures by flagging them, rating them, labeling them, giving them keywords, and so forth. In this tutorial, we will actually talk about making collections. So we're still organizing our pictures. We haven't gone to the develop module, which is, if you remember, the second menu item, where we will enhance pictures in a later tutorial. In this tutorial, we're still talking about making collections and organizing. There are 3 ways of making collections, and there are 3 kinds of collections. The first kind is a regular collection. Now, collections are different from folders. Your folders are what you see right here. They are how your images are organized within folders inside of your umbrella folder. For example, in the previous tutorial, we created this new folder called Okemos Cakes that contains the 3 images of those cakes. And so forth. In an earlier tutorial, we created the San Francisco City folder. All of these inside of the main umbrella folder, Maral Lightroom Photos or Your Name Lightroom Photos, inside of the default Pictures folder in the Mac hard drive. So these are folders. It's where the physical image resides. Collections is something else. Collections is how we organize these images inside of Lightroom. Maybe I wish to have inside of one collection 1 image from one folder and 3 images from another folder, right? So let's say I want to take 3 images from San Francisco folder and 1 image from the Okemos Cakes folder and put them in one collection. They obviously have no relation with one another, the San Francisco City pictures with the cakes, but I'm just giving you an idea that this is where you can use your judgment, do what you need to do, and make your own collections for your own purposes. So it's important to understand the distinction between the folders and collections. Again, folders is where the images reside physically, and collections is what you choose to do inside of Lightroom. So starting with the first kind of collection, which is called regular collection, all I need to do is select the pictures that I have from this grid view. Obviously, you remember that this is the grid view. That's why I'm able to see all my pictures within a grid. So let's say I select this first one and I'm hitting now the command key because I don't want all these pictures between this first one and the second one to be selected. So I'm holding down the command key to select the second picture, still holding down the command key to select this third picture, this fourth picture, and then this fifth picture of natural flowers in Malibu, California. Okay, so I have these pictures selected. As you can see, they are highlighted in white. And all I need to do is go under collections and click on this plus sign and then make create collection and call this collection flowers in Malibu. And if you see here, it says include selected photos, which means the photos that you just selected, include them in this collection. So that's what I want. So I just want to keep this checked and hit create. Okay, and so I have these pictures within that new collection. Remember, I made a collection. It's a regular collection called Malibu, Flowers in Malibu. We just created it together. And before creating the collection, I made sure I select the particular pictures that I wanted, and then went to create collection so that these pictures reside in that collection. And always look at the right side. It gives you the number of pictures that are in that collection. Now, the great thing about Lightroom is that you can have other collections, you can create other collections that contain some, all, or one of these pictures as well. And the great thing is that even if you have these images residing in 10,000 other collections inside of Lightroom, it doesn't mean that you are physically duplicating the image. Remember that the images exist as lightweight metadata and not the real actual physical image. So even if the image exists 10 million times, Lightroom is still light, it won't crash, and you're not adding weight to your file or things related to that nature. So this is how we make regular collections. Now, how about smart collections? Let me go back to my catalog and click on all photographs. The way to make smart collections is the following. Again, I go under collections, and this time I select create smart collection. Now, this is very powerful because it allows you to narrow down or put your own rules and have certain images that have certain attributes inside of your smart collection. So what I want to do in this collection, first of all, let me give it a name. Let me call it Nature and City. Okay. What I want to do is have in this smart collection all images that have a green label, 5 stars, and the flag as pick. So I want to set my rules. I want to set my own rules. The first rule that happens to be appearing by default says rating, which means the stars. I want to say that the stars are equal to 5. So let me do that. And then I will go ahead and click on this plus sign and add another rule. My second rule is going to be the label color. So I want the label color of the pictures that will end up residing in my smart collection to be green. So let me go ahead and select that. Okay. And then the last rule is going to be the flag. So pick flag, which is the white flag, and that's all. So I want to set these 3 rules. You can add as many rules as you want just by clicking on this plus icon right here, which will add your rule, and then you can change it to whatever attribute you wish your images to have. I don't wish to have a 4th rule, so I want to remove that. So when I create this collection, Lightroom is automatically going to select from the total number of pictures that I have, which is 232, I believe. It's going to select only the pictures that have 5 stars, a green label, and that have a pick flag. Which means that if I happen to have an image that has a green label but not 5 stars, only 3 stars, Lightroom is not going to put that image inside of my smart collection because I've narrowed down my rules to these conditions. So let me go ahead and hit create, and there you go. So Lightroom is so smart. It went ahead and first of all created my smart collection for me, called it as I wished, which is what I typed, Nature and City. And it looked into my entire catalog and found exactly the 4 pictures. It happens to be 4 pictures that happen to have a green label color, a flag as pick, and 5 stars. So they turn out to being 3 pictures of nature and then that 1 picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. So this was the second kind, the smart collections. The third kind of collections are the quick collections, and the quick collections reside right here under catalog. Quick collections are just a temporary location where I put certain images because I need to work at them later on. So let me first of all remove these pictures from the quick collection. All I need to do is just click outside and hit Command A, A stands for all, so this will select all images within the quick collection, and then hit delete. Remember that when I hit delete, it doesn't mean I harmed anything. I didn't lose these pictures permanently, because they reside inside of my collections, inside of my folders. All I did was remove them from this temporary location called quick collection, because what I want to do is put different images in my quick collection. So let's say I go under my folders, or let's go under all photographs to see them in grid view, and select these pictures that have a color cast on top, this bluish color cast, and this one has a purple color cast, and then drag them and drop them into quick collection. Okay, now you realize what happened. What happened is that the pictures that reside in my catalog did not get lost. You can still see them, right? But what happened is that they got this little gray circle on the top right corner, which means they are now in a quick collection. So whether now or later, I can go to my quick collection, which contains these 5 pictures with color cast, and work at them. So remember that the quick collection is just this temporary location where I can place images I want to come back to later to make certain enhancements.